Welcome to the Bill and Gypsy Show,
where we turn your wedding dreams of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows
into wonderful experiences that are going to create oohs and ahs from your guests.
Bill Hansen has catered over 10,000 weddings, starting back in the 1960s. But y'all, he's 75 years young, but he's not retired, he is refired. His weddings, beautiful weddings at places like Villa Woodbine. We're here today, as a matter of fact, coming from here live from Villa Woodbine, Viscount Museum and Gardens, the Deering Estates, the Back Club, you name it, over 500 venues. He has done beautiful weddings that are sought after by those with very distinctive tastes.
And with Gypsy, there's a lot more than sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Gypsy has been in the wedding business her whole life, and she knows what works and what doesn't work. And we're very blessed to have her on our show today.
Catering is one of the most important elements in any celebration, and I am so excited for today's show because we're going to share with you a fabulous salad recipe by our friends from Kosher Table Catering. It is my pleasure to introduce you all to Miss Sheila, and I never know how to say this right, but just get me right here on this. Is it Sapir? Oh, I did it right, y'all. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. So we're proud to have Sapir and Sheila here today. They are great friends of my catering company, and they're our go-to kosher catering company whenever we have clients who are looking for that kosher dining experience. So for our viewers out there who may not be familiar with kosher, perhaps you guys can explain a little bit about what makes kosher catering different than the regular catering that we do at Bill Hansen Catering.
A kosher catering, it's a catering company that delivers, prepares, and serves kosher food. Now, what is kosher food? The kosher food is food and beverage that are prepared and served following the dietary Jewish laws. There are different kind of laws, but three are the principal ones. Is the separation that we have between the meat, the dairy, and the parve, meaning parve but no meat or no dairy items. There you're gonna have all your fruits, vegetables, and fish and eggs. So kosher food is not only for Jewish people. Most of the Jewish people that follow a kosher diet, they do it because of religion items, for their beliefs, but there is a lot of people that without being Jewish, they got this diet too. For healthy reasons, for example, for food allergies, there is people that can be lactose intolerant, that they choose a meat menu knowing 100% that there's not gonna be any cross-contamination with dairy on it. Or vegetarians that they choose a parve menu, knowing that everything, including the utensils, the dishes, the cutting boards, the knives that we use, they don't touch any animal product or any dairy product.
One of the most favorite part of being on this show is to share a recipe. I mentioned that at the top of the show, and we have a very special recipe that we are sharing with you all today. It's a salad. It's a roasted baby beet salad with fried, believe it or not, fried goat cheese and pomegranate vinaigrette. Tell us a little bit about this recipe and why is this salad so popular with folks at different celebrations?
Okay, this salad is one of my personally favorite ones. It have it all. It has a really good taste. It has a mix of flavors. It has nice colors. It looks good on the plate, and it's really healthy.
So I will explain a little bit about the beets. We're using today two types of beets. One is the golden and one is the red. They're a little bit different. The beet is more sweet and more earthy, and the golden is more mellow. The way to work with the beets, so we have beautiful leaves here, the green leaves. We don't need to throw them away. We always can use them in a different way. For a salad, saute with veggie, or
as
even
a side dish.
Yeah. So I will leave them to Sheila, you know, she will take care of the leaves later.
She will find out what to do with the leaves.
Sheila will find out what to do with the leaves. Bill, did you hear that?
The first thing we do, we trim the greens. Now you have a beautiful beet, you know. We don't cut this side, we leave it to roast together in the oven. So in the end, when it peels, you have a beautiful decoration on the plate. The way to go, you know, I put them in a small bowl, a little bit salt and oil. And there are different ways to cook beet. I mean, you can eat it raw, you can, juice it, you can put it in the oven, roast it, or you can boil it. The best way for me, to keep all the vitamins is to roast them. This way, nothing, go away. Salt.
And I want you all to keep in mind that this recipe is going to be online as well, so you'll be able to see this recipe. We'll share it to y'all.
So when I mix the salt and the oil, then we take an aluminum foil and we put each one individual. You also can put salt on the tray once you bake them, but we just put salt on the beet itself. So we take the foil, we wrap them individual, then we prepare the oven on 350, and we put them in the oven for around 30 to 40 minutes until they are cooked. The way to know they are cooked, you can take a pin and pinch it in to make sure it's going all the way in, and then the beet is fully cooked.
Continue with the ingredients. We have an orange. The orange, we can use it two ways. We can just peel them, slice them like this, and we use it as part of the salad. You can slice it really thin. And where's my decoration? We can use it as decoration too, as part of the salad. That is the orange. We use candied pecans. The candied pecans, you can buy them already candied, or you can candy yourself just with egg whites and sugar. You put it in the oven for 10 minutes at 350. You continue mixing them so they will not burn. That is part of the ingredients. Here is for the vinaigrette. To make the pomegranate vinaigrette, you're going to need pomegranate juice. The pomegranate juice, you can buy it already made, or you can do it with the actual fruit, the pomegranate. That's the best way, I think, to go. You can use extractor, a juicer. You can blend it in only the areoles, and you will get your juice. If you buy the one that it's on the stores, you will need to reduce it on a medium heat until it has a quarter of whatever you start with, so you can have it more rich on flavor. For the vinaigrette, you're going to need the pomegranate juice, salt, pepper to taste, a little bit of Dijon mustard, 1 spoon of honey, and then balsamic vinaigrette.
So Sheila and Sapir, this sounds absolutely amazing, and we can't wait to taste it, but perhaps there's some other recipes that are very popular with wedding couples. Do you have a few that you could share, or menu items that you could share with us?
Yes, actually we have different kind of recipes. We have a lot of recipes going from hors d'oeuvres, from stations, plate ups, entrees, appetizers. But I don't think that there is something that is more popular than another one, because we try to tailor the menus, custom the menus to the client. That's what we really like to do. So each person that comes, they have different tastes. They have something on mind that they want to do. We guide them on this way. We guide them through the seasonal, local ingredients. We guide them for the ways of cooking, presentation-wise. But at the end of the day, it's their vision, what we make to life. So one recipe is completely different to another one. One day we can be tailor a menu that it's really cutting edge and different, and the following day we can be making something really traditional.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue with the goat cheese ball. So we have flour, we have panko, that is breadcrumbs. I'll put a bit of breadcrumbs. Then we have walnuts that we chop them very thin. Always put salt and pepper also in your crust. We mix it very well, and we have the eggs. So it's like you take the goat, throw it in the flour. From the flour it's going to the egg, and from the egg it's going to the breadcrumbs.
Roll them.
We roll them really nice till they get a nice crust, and then we prepare the fryer in 375. And we throw it in the fryer just to get a nice, beautiful, crunchy, golden cover.
How long would you say for the
30 seconds the max.
30 seconds?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be too brown. I'll show you one more. And then, obviously, we prepare ahead of time some so you can see the results.
And the goat cheese goes really good with this salad because it's the contrast of the ingredients. You have the sweetness of the orange, you have the earthy flavor of the beets, and then it breaks down with the tangy flavor of the goat cheese. So it really goes good with this salad.
When I watch all the work that goes into this, I think that everybody would just as soon have you guys make it and bring it in.
So what is like the number one question that y'all get from the couples when they call you and ask about kosher catering? What's the number one question they ask you?
So the number one question that I have in my head is the couple need to make sure when they call to a kosher caterer to make sure that they have the license of the kashrut. Kashrut is the certification of the kosher food. In our area, I mean, there's different organizations and they supply the permits and the license, and they need to ask to make sure that they have this extra, the kashrut license. There are different levels of kosher. You know, there's kosher style, there's non-kosher, and there's kosher 100%. But you know, this is what they need to ask in order to know that they are in the right place.
One of the most important things from my perspective in catering is that the food needs to be cooked a la minute. It has to be cooked on site. You can't cook food, put it in a hot box, and then travel for miles and then open up the hot box and plop it in a shafer. So when it comes to venues, how do you go about ensuring that your food is cooked a la minute? What kind of facilities do you need in order to do that?
So in order to cook kosher food, you can work in any facility, in any venue, in any place. It's all about organizations, and you do a walkthrough a couple months before the event to see what kind of equipment or what are the needs of the venue. If there are kitchen in the venue, in the walkthrough you can see, I mean, you come and you check if you can kosher their kitchen. If you can kosher the kitchen, it makes it very, very easy on the company, on the catering company. In case that you cannot kosher the kitchen, then you build your own kitchen outside and you bring your own equipment. So for that question, I mean, you can do a party,
Anywhere.
catering anywhere you want.
Wow, that's awesome.
To finish, let's put all the ingredients together. We have the beets. After you roast them, you peel them, you can cut them in half. You season them a little bit, salt, pepper, oil. We have the red beets. We have the golden beets, season the same thing. Salt, pepper, oil. Then we have our oranges that are sliced already. We have the pecans. Let me chop a little bit the pecans. Just chop them roughly.
You do that so easily. You know how to work with those knobs.
Yeah.
You've probably done that a few times, haven't you?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, since I am 4 only. Then we have here the final goat cheese that Sapir was showing you. After they're fried, that's the way they look. For the vinaigrette, it's really simple. You have your pomegranate juice, you put everything on the blender. The juice, the vinegar, the honey, Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, and here we have the final result. It's a nice color.
Ooh,
Oh, it's pretty.
And then there are a couple of things that the chef always bring with her. We don't have it on the recipe, but there are things that you can find easily. Some sprouts. We have bean sprouts. We have here, I lose some lotus root that I found yesterday in a local market. You just peel them, slice them, and you can fry them. They give a really nice crunch to it. And I make a spread. I usually like, whenever I make a plate up of salads and there are going to be components that are standing, to put a spread in the bottom. Because in order to serve it, you need to serve in a professional way. I want the plate to look as it gets out of the kitchen.
Right, to keep it from sliding. Yep.
Yes, so we always use a spread. So let's start. This spread, I make it with the remaining goat cheese. I just put a little herbs. You can use pesto or anything like that. Yes, this one I make it with pesto. So you just put it over there. Then we're going to start with the beets. The golden beets are. Then you have the red beets.
The colors are really pretty with the gold, the red, and then that kind of light green under it.
Then you have for the greens, this has to be done last time, a little salt, a little pepper, and the vinaigrette, we're gonna put it on the way out. It's really
Just as an aside, your presentations of your food is fabulous.
Thank
Absolutely fabulous. We've benefited from tasting your food a couple of months ago, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's something that we work a lot. For me, there is 3 things that have to be on a catering, on a plate. It needs to taste good, it needs to look good, and it needs to be served in a professional way. So if you have those 3 components, you are in the right path. Here you have.
It's all part of art and taste. And Sylvia Weinstock, famous cake designer, had always said everything about that. It's all art. It could be beautiful, but if it doesn't taste good,
Yes,
so it's all that
true. You need
combination.
to have the 3. Then let's get some oranges in between.
Now we see why you have to have the spread underneath, because otherwise,
Yes, otherwise
because
you
when you
won't
think
make it.
about serving that, you know, everything has to stay in place, because if you've got servers running out of the kitchen with 2 of these, one in each hand, they better stay in place.
Yes, it's
Yep.
true. Then you just put the
Oh,
vinaigrette.
so delicate.
You can put some component over here, the pecans, a
The
little
nice thing
bit.
about this plate that we can do a preset
Mm-hmm.
for
Yes,
the
it's
salad and just put the vinaigrettes in the last minute.
It's probably a good
before.
idea,
Yes.
you know, because
Yes,
th-
not to
those
do it
plates
on-
take a lot of time
Yeah.
to assemble, but
Mhm.
when we come to an event,
Yeah.
you have a whole team that working on it,
yeah,
and then it's
exactly.
going super fresh to the table.
And if it's a windy day, and you better be in a position to maybe do a little fix-up once it's down at the table, because I've had events where I've been working at facilities where the salad greens blew right off the plates as we were carrying them out. So that's beautiful. That's
So-
not food, that's
you go.
art. That is art.
this is absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. But what is the main advice that you would give to any bride and groom when they're looking into finding an actual kosher caterer? What is the main advice that you have for them?
Well, when somebody's looking for a catering in general, being kosher or not being kosher, I think that it's important that you work with somebody that is willing to work with you, that will understand your needs, that will be there for you. And I think that that is the essence of a catering company, to have that ability to work with the guests, to listen to them and to bring their vision into life. So I think that that's one of the most important things to look into a catering company.
And that's something you can't put it into a proposal, you can't put it into a picture. It really has to come from the heart. And as I have stood here and listened to you, I just get goosebumps. You guys are really, really special people.
Thank you.
And you guys give me a very warm and fuzzy feeling. So you're to be commended. Okay, I got to tell you guys, we really love you here at Villa Woodbine and Bill Hansen Catering. And I know how much work you put into coming down here, not only for this presentation, but for the tasting you did a couple of months ago. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish you so much success. And whenever we have needs for kosher catering, guess what? Hello, Sapir. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Orly. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's our pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot.
So we have another segment coming up next week, so be sure to tune in. By the way, if you like this video, make sure you click the little like on your screen. And if you really think it's good, you can write a written comment, or you can share it with other people. And one more thing, don't forget to subscribe to the Bill and Gypsy Show channel. It's amazing. We're going to make you superstars of entertaining.